Now let's make our animation a little more complicated. Currently, our arrow is just traveling in a straight line from one side of our screen to the other. However, if there's some obstacles in its path, then it doesn't really have that option. Now it looks like it's breaking the laws of physics by driving through each of these objects. So in order to make this look correct, we're going to have to animate our object moving around these obstacles. Now how we decide to do that is completely up to your interpretation. For example, I could just animate my arrow flying over all of these boxes. And that would be pretty easy to do by just simply adding another keyframe on frame 60 where the arrow is up here instead of in the center. And if I hit S, now you'll see that my arrow goes over all of these objects. However, that's kind of a boring solution. So instead of doing that, I'm going to delete that keyframe. I'm going to animate this arrow swaying in and out between each of these objects until it gets to the end. To do that, we need to find out where we need our new data points. So for example, currently our arrow is inside of this blue box. So we know on frame 135 this point of data is incorrect. So let's create a new keyframe to correct it. On frame 35, I'll move the arrow up and I'll hit S to set another keyframe. Now personally, I sometimes forget to hit S. So let's say I want on frame 56, I want my cone to be below the blue box. So if I move that, I may be really happy with this new location, but if I forget to hit S, when I move my mouse, it will just snap back again. There's a way to make Maya automatically create this keyframe for us. If we look over here in the lower right-hand corner of our user interface, we'll see this button that looks like a circle with arrows on it. It kind of looks like the recycling symbol. This is the Auto Keyframe toggle button. And if that is clicked on and is red, then that means now when I move an object that has already been animated, Maya will automatically set a keyframe on the channel I change. So for example, I'm getting ready to change the Translate Y channel, and you'll see that when I release my object, Maya will automatically set a keyframe on Translate Y. And so now it saves that change for me. Some people like to work with Autokey and some people don't. That is completely up to you. I personally like it, but some people forget that it's on and accidentally create keyframes they didn't mean to create. For me, one of the bigger issues with Auto Keyframe is that these other channels do not have a keyframe on them. So let's say that later on I go out here to frame 80 or frame 75 and I decide to change the forward and backward location of this object. Now, I was very happy with where my object is on frame 56. But if I change it on frame 75 and I change one of the channels that is not keyed on 56, like Translate X, you'll see what I get is a change in where my object is on frame 56. So because I did not tell Maya that I need my Translate X to be in exactly the right spot on frame 56, Maya makes that decision for me, and I'm not happy about that. So I'm going to undo that, and on frame 56, even though it auto-keyed my Translate Y, I'm going to hit S to set a keyframe on all of the other channels. I'll continue through here and create my keyframes on the other areas, allowing this object to swerve in and out of these boxes. And right about here on frame 100, I'll put it here and hit S again. And now you'll see when I hit play, I get this animation.